guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today with some endgame lessons. So we are the white pieces here. We're pawn up, so our goal is to convert it into a queen. Black tries to defend it. I will explain a bit for both sides. First, we have to understanding this position, like when kings are in opposite of each other with just one square between. It's called opposition. I will use this word a few times, and it's important who has the opposition, which means which player has to go out of the opposition first. So here white to move, we start with king move. It doesn't matter if we go here or here, we just have to protect the pawn, otherwise it's an immediately draw. And now black should always try to be in front of the pawn and not going somewhere too far away, otherwise he can't stop it from promoting. So let's say black best defending is if he goes there. White comes closer with his king, and now black goes into the opposition. So now, if white moves the king, like let's say here, then black can come back and nothing changed from the starting position. If white decides to push his pawn forward, then you can block it again with the king. And now the only move to stay in touch with the pawn is this king move. All other moves ending immediately in a draw because you just lose the pawn. So, yeah, that's why. Good. Then we will wait this position. Okay, black goes there. Now whites decide to push the pawn. And now we are a bit further already with white. However, black still makes the same move. Like he goes back there. And let's say we try the other side. Now it's important that black goes into the opposition and not to the other side. We will check the mistake first, because here white shouldn't push his pawn, but instead his king. And now black is forced to go here, because to any other king move, the next move will be that, and the pawn is unstoppable. So black goes here, then white goes here, and what happened? White managed to put his king in front of his own pawn. So now you have the opposition again, but now it's black's turn, so black has to go out of the opposition. If he goes there, we reach this magical square, so it's unstoppable, the pawn. If he goes to the other side, same procedure, unstoppable pawn. So that's why it's important for you as a defender that in this position you go for the opposition. And if white goes black, you can block the pawn again. And if white try to do a few tricks, you can still go back in front of the pawn, that if white goes forward, you're again in the opposition. Let's go back to this position. So if black goes here, white pushes the pawn, and now we can block the pawn. I will play this move. And now black has three options. And as we learned, you shouldn't go into the opposition when you have to leave it. So that's why the only correct move here is the green move. Because if white goes with his king here, we go one last time in the opposition. If white pushes, you can block the pawn and the game will end in a stalemate. Any other move from white will lose the pawn immediately, and with insufficient material it will end in a draw. What happens if you go to this square or this square? Then white can follow. Black has to go outside of the opposition. Now we can push the pawn, and now is the problem. Black has to move, so only legal move. White can move the king and make the queen afterwards. So when we started here, it looks like quite an easy win, because you're a pawn up that you will manage to win. However, if black corrects defendly, it will end in a draw. And with this lesson, I wish you a wonderful weekend. I hope you learned a bit something. You can also really easily practice it with your friends or with, some opponents. And see you next time, and take care, guys.